All right, guys, in this video, we are going to share some real user sentiment about Texitcoin. And I'm talking about the average investor that has already put their money into this system and how they are feeling about Texitcoin today. Because right now, guys, they are really trying to control the narrative of what is being shared about Texitcoin. And when I say they, I mean Bobby, I mean this guy right here, and I mean all of the recruiters and Texit Rangers that you are going to get information from. And they are only going to share things with you guys in a positive light. So information is coming out where this guy here in this video, and this is a team Texitcoin, if you want to come out here and check this, about at the 2653 mark. The reason you see a lot of testimonials coming out right now about Texitcoin is because this guy right here initiated it and said, hey guys, get out there and post these videos and share this information, knowing that they're only going to share what's good about the process, about this Texitcoin project, right? And a lot of these guys truly have made money, but understand they're making money off of your back, people. Okay, so you as a typical investor are not going to come anywhere near what these guys are making. In fact, you will probably end up losing money or taking years to get your initial return on investment back. And if you watch this video a little bit prior to this, you see Bobby Gray out here trying to incentivize all of the Texit Rangers and the promoters to work harder, harder, harder so that they can recruit more and more and more, grow bigger and faster and wider to give them more stuff, right? So he essentially is having you guys compete to get the top positions, meaning you have to recruit more people and put more money in your pocket that way, but you're doing so at the expense of the very people that you are recruiting. I don't know if you guys understand this or not, or you just don't care, right? But still, that's why I am releasing this video here, because understand, Texitcoin and their promoters are trying to control the narrative to the point where they're kicking people out of their socials. They are going out to social videos and posts where they can't control it, but then they will come in and try to bombard that video or that post with positive things about Texitcoin. So therefore, you guys get ready to come drop some positive or positive posts in this video that I'm recording now, because it's going to be hard for you to do so. And I welcome you, all of you guys, to come out and refute anything that I'm saying in these videos, but you guys know that you are promoting it heavily and you're shutting down people that have legitimate concerns that are already invested in this protocol. And I'm going to start by showing you guys a comment that I received from an existing user. Okay, so this is Jav2859. He has invested $9,000 to get that whole pack. So he actually has like 11 seats mining. Okay, and as he's seeing how Texitcoin is degrading and not kicking out anywhere near the returns that he thought it would kick out. And keep in mind, he's invested $9,000, guys. He asks questions. And look what he said. The very person that he signed up under, guys. He said, my sponsor banned me from Telegram for asking questions and deletes my comments on his channel. He got his referral though, so I guess that's what really matters. So understand, people, when they are promoting Texitcoin to you, you are a number. You are just money in their pocket. They don't care about you. They don't care about you losing money. They care about getting as many referrals as possible so that they can please their God and King, Bobby Gray, so that they can get money, right? So I inquire and say, hey, that's messed up. You know, care to share who your sponsor is? And he came back and said passive income for 11. Here it is right here, guys. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about signing up under this guy, well, you might want to think twice, because if you have any concerns or legitimate questions and it's against the grain or the narrative that they're promoting, well, guess what? You are liable to get banned as well. Understand, guys, this is a tactic to control the narrative and make sure that only positive things are being kicked out by Texitcoin, about Texitcoin, right? In this one here, here's another example, guys, of them trying to control a narrative. So I don't know this guy, this scam finder here, but he did a review on Texitcoin a couple months ago. It says 2 months. And I recently came across this, but I'm just using this as an example, guys. And he pretty much shares with you a lot of the content that I have as well, but he did so independently. He did his own research and he came and did this video here. Well, once they see it starting to get a few views, then guess what happens? Then all of the Texitcoin people start coming out saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, do your research, blase, blase, and trying to make him be like he doesn't know what he's talking about or trying to discredit him, right? And if you really look at these comments, guys, you see how tricky and tactical they are. You know, Texitcoin Titans here. He posts a neutral comment, but notice, guys, he does it in a way to make to kind of put the responsibility on you guys to do your due diligence, which is true, right? However, he also understands that when you watch your favorite influencer or get into these recruitments meetings and Zoom calls and all these things, he knows that the sales pitch that they put to you is going to draw you in and influence you guys, right? You are not doing your research, guys. Drop in, check out videos like this guy right here, Scam Finder. Check out videos from my channel and check out videos from Texit Raider, because he's been in the platform. He's made money from it. And even though he's made money from it, he's going to tell you the truth about it. If you ask him a question, he's going to drop the real, and he's not going to hide anything like the rest of these guys are doing. You can buy more coins. You don't have to recruit. That's right. You don't have to recruit, but you're not going to make a lot of money with Texitcoin that way, right? So if you really understand how this system works, guys, it's all done through sales pitch, multi-level marketing. And this essentially is going to cycle money out of your pocket as an investor into the pockets of the likes of Bobby Gray, the likes of the influencers and the recruiters that you're following. Okay, and even in this video here that I released, sharing how Bobby Gray is screwing over the entire ecosystem of investors, right? I've done numerous videos. Just check the series on my Texitcoin. And we have a couple trolls out here. These kind ladies here want to come out and attempt to discredit what I'm saying, right? And they use this strategy. There's no Texitcoin taken out. So there was a breach. If you guys don't know, there was a breach, a second breach, by the way, where Texitcoin was being taken out, and she claims that that was not the case, and then tells me to do my research. Well, people, I do my research before doing these videos. So to completely dismantle this comment here, I share exactly what Bobby Gray says. I give her the exact link where to go to verify that, and then I'm like, okay, now please go ahead and explain your comment here. Of course, she's not going to reply because this right here is completely invalid. And this is what these people do. This lady here comes along and said, hey, I invested this, I made $15,000. And she essentially, again, is trying to change the narrative. She did not watch this video to understand the context of what's being said in this video and just wants to say to the world, hey, I made $14,000, right? And she very well may have. I'm not saying she didn't, but I go ahead and clarify that I know people that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars. But again, guys, that's because you either get in early or you do heavy recruitment into this protocol. If you do not do that, you are not going to get the type of returns that all of these other people are promoting. Okay, so there's another video I'd like for you guys to watch, just in your own time. This is very interesting, and this I actually just saw that this morning, came out a day ago. A billionaire behind massive $15 billion Bitcoin scam. All of these things in cryptos, guys, are scams, especially if they're trying to reel you in through aggressive sales techniques like multi-level marketing. None of this stuff ever works out for the end investor. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that first and foremost. And for the next part of this video, guys, we are going to talk about what's really going on of the path to $16 by February. Is it going to reach it? I don't think so, but let's jump into that part. All right, peeps. Now, I have told you guys in previous videos, and I've been saying this for a while, even before you start seeing cracks in the foundation, that Bobby Gray is incompetent and not qualified to run an operation like this. And indeed, he is taking you guys money right before your face, and you don't even see it. So if you are in Texitcoin and you're cool with that, that's fine. You be cool with that. But if you are a new investor, understand what you're investing in before you put your money in here. And we're going to look back at some claims that Bobby Gray made. He had these articles written up, and understand when all of this money starts flowing in and it's like an abundance of you guys putting in money and he's receiving it and he's looking at it like, oh man, I can raise the price and give them even more hope and promote it even more, because if I can fix in your mind that the price of Texit coin is going to be $80 within the next 5 or 6 months, then you're going to give me your $1,000, and you might even give me 9,000 or 27,000. This is all a sales ploy, guys. And so he posted this video, or this what an article, or whatever the case is, a path to 80. And even in this video or this post here, he said, hey, but here's the thing, 16 is a silly number. Understand, guys, Bobby Gray is pulling these numbers out of his wazoo, right? He does not know anything about what it's going to take to operate this system, and is definitely not going to reach $80 by February. Well, let's look at what he said about reaching $16 by February. Now, let's keep in mind, because he actually gave the stats here, guys. And let's check the stats. He says, hey, in order to reach and maintain these prices here, you have to have this much liquidity. Okay. Furthermore, let's come down a little bit more, and you can click on all of these links to see that he is currently sitting on over $10 million in liquidity. Now, I ain't gonna say $10 million. I'm gonna say, let's say 4 million in liquidity, because I don't consider sitting on properties to be too liquid. Okay, so that's just a horrible thing that he's done, and he's put that not only in his name but in his wife's name. So, guys, you don't see the signs here. I'm telling you, hey, do what you do. I mean, if you want to give this guy your money, you go right ahead, okay? But now he's sitting on $10 million. Okay, let's consider we are now in November, and he said with $10 million in liquidity, we can support a price of $5.29. We come over here to CoinMarketCap and see what's going on with CoinMarketCap, with the Texitcoin coin, and check out these prices. Where is this $5? We're not anywhere close to $5. But here's the kicker, guys. Catch this. Catch this and catch it good. He's now sitting on twice the amount of liquidity, don't need that, that's needed for $3.79 back in October, right? He's sitting on twice the liquidity, guys. And let's not say liquidity, but the reserves, the quote unquote reserves that he's getting from you guys, he's taking that out. He said, I'm going to apply $10 million to support this price. Well, guys, look at what's happening. And instead of just looking at it all here, I'm going to just nail in the DEX trade because this is the very platform that Bobby said he's not even going to support the price on that anymore. He wasn't saying this back then when he was promoting these articles, right? But now when people start selling off, he stops supporting it. And again, guys, that opens the door to a lot of suspicion that he is setting up all of these assets not to keep this price up, but as an exit strategy to take these assets and run with them. Okay, that is very suspect. All right, but let's check Dex Trade and look at this. Look at this, guys. The price is now going to $3.17, about $3.18. Bruh is not even supporting the price that was needed for 5 million. Think about this, guys. Think about this. He's sitting on twice the amount of liquidity that he himself said in this article, and he's below, the price is below half of what's needed to maintain that price, or at least half of what he says is needed. So once again, the guy has no clue on what he's talking about. And like I say, when things are going really well with Bobby Gray, he's going to talk a great game. But as soon as things start pulling back, those cracks start getting exposed, people start talking, things getting revealed, and people seeing how crappy he really is and his platform really is, he's going to start accumulating those assets for himself. Right? He like, hey, I got their money, screw them, right? So that's essentially what's happening right now, guys. Hopefully, this gets into your brain before you invest a penny into this Texit coin. So if Bobby Gray today is not going to honor the very things that he presented to you guys in this article. Now, I'm gonna say he did say, hey, he's gonna check um, the market. If the market agrees, we pull off. Yeah, all that is well and fine. But at this stage, you are far beyond that. When you are sitting on twice the amount of liquidity, and the price is now below half that if you had half of that, right? You couldn't even support the $3.79. That is absolutely ridiculous. And guess what, guys? It's still falling, right? And he mentioned, I'm not going to follow Dex trade or do anything. And he said, we'll see what happens. I told you guys in a previous video exactly what would happen. And sure enough, it's happening. I told you that all of these other exchanges would follow suit. As Dex trade, the price goes down here, eventually these would follow that. And as people continue to sell off, hey, they're going to go do some arbitrage, sell on, buy some on these, sell it on that, or dump it on this exchange, right? So understand again, guys, what you're dealing with, because at this stage of the game, let's consider what's happening. And we're going to stick with the price of Dex trade because this is the one that's easiest for you guys to sell your Texit coin on and get some USDT from it, right? So you put in $999 and the price now is $3.18. Well, you're getting half a Texit coin a day, guys. That's just it. Half a Texit coin a day. 0.5 Texit coin times $3.18. So that means you are earning $1.59 per day. Okay. We take that and you paying $995 if you get the base plan. And we're going to divide that by $1.59. Therefore, it's going to take you 625 days just to get your money back, guys. Think about that. Divide that by 365 again, and we'll see how long it takes. It takes 1.7 years at this point. And keep in mind, guys, as time continues to pass and more people start putting their money into this, that 0.5 is going to turn to 0.4, 0.3. I think today is like at 0.47 or something like that, right? It's continuing to decrease. But not only is that decreasing, guys, the price is decreasing. Why in the world would you want to invest in anything like this? This is the type of information, guys, that no one in Texitcoin wants you to see, wants you to be aware of. And I don't know how they're sharing it with you in these meetings or Zoom calls, but this is essentially what you're dealing with. And that 2 years will eventually be 3 years and 4 years and 5 years. Essentially, you'll never get your money back, right? So that is something you guys want to look out for. Now let's look at some behind the scenes conversations that people that are already invested in Texitcoin are having, and kind of consider what the user sentiment is there. So let's get into that part. All right, guys, considering what we just went over, let's talk about market sentiment. And I am going to start with a comment that someone left in one of my videos. Now, while he himself has not invested in Texitcoin, he has a friend that has, who he tried to inform not to participate in this protocol. But the friend did it anyway, based on the influencer that he was listening to. And I want you to check out this conversation, guys, because some of this is very key. Um, let's see here. This is bad, guys. So he pretty much told his friend, "Hey, don't do it." The friend comes, shows him his little dashboard. "Hey, I'm making $30 a day," but keep in mind that he paid $9,000, right? And this was a week ago. Since a week ago, the price is continuing to plummet. He's getting less and less Texitcoin. So essentially, guys, he's earning even less money today. But in this comment, check this out, guys. To me, he says, "Brother, his wife is ready to kill him. I mean, she is seeing that transaction history, watching this little $30 trickle in, and knowing he put $9,000 on the line for it. The stress is thick in that the stress in that house is thick, man. I'm not even joking. I think this investment might actually cost him his marriage. This is bad." Guys, this is a warning, guys. Understand what you're investing in. Do not follow the hype that these recruiters, influencers, Bobby Gray, or anybody is sharing with you, because once you put your money out there, guys, it's gone. There's no recouping it, right? You just stuck getting these Texitcoin that they're going to be issuing you in very small amounts. So I want you to understand what the sentiment is, okay? Another thing, let's jump over to some posts that were made, and this kind of falls in line, guys, with the narrative that I was trying to share with you and let you know how they're trying to control the narrative. So someone dropped this info to me. I don't log into the chats or anything, don't have access to it, but you know, people send me information all the time. And this guy named Adam K, props to you, man. He was very respectful in the chat, but consider what's being talked about here, guys. Consider this. This is an existing user of Texitcoin. And I think he asked something about the liquidity, the same thing I had mentioned. You know, if Bobby Gray is sitting on $10 million in liquidity, why is the price still going down like it is? So this JP Murdoch, Muck, whatever case it is, replies, and he's saying, "Hey, you don't have a realistic understanding of what's going on with the liquidity or whatever the case is, right? So humbly, Adam replies and says, JP, I would truly like to know what my realistic expectation should be. If not what he had mentioned earlier, what should it be? These boards don't allow for any dissension. This means, guys, that he's blatantly saying, hey, if I say anything that's going to stir the pot or not look good for Texitcoin, you guys are going to reject it. You're going to delete my message. You're going to ban me from the system. This is what I say, guys, about them controlling the narrative. When they are promoting this Texitcoin project to you, they do not want you to see information like this. Okay, so understand this, guys. This isn't me typing. This is just information that's going on in the chats, and people have legitimate concerns, but many are scared to speak up because they think they'll get banned. Well, guess what, guys? It doesn't matter if you get banned or not, because the system is not paying out for you. It is not giving you the returns that all these people are promising. Okay, so you might as well speak out, and prayerfully, if enough of you guys speak out, you can start having them make some changes in the system. But as long as you continue to stay quiet and do nothing, well, you're going to receive nothing, right? All right, so if I speak to what has actually been promoted or spoken of, one gets shut down because the narrative has changed. You are 100% right, Adam. You are very good at processes and helping people get set up and work through system issues. You are truly a pro at helping others. I think you have a blind spot, however, as many people on these threads do, and the lack of accepting the reality of how the founder has lined his pockets. Woo! Everyone said he's just the founder and has the right to do whatever he wants or he's earned it. This is what a lot of people in Texas going, particularly the Texas Rangers, the people that are promoting the system, they are worshiping Bobby like he God. He can take y'all money and do whatever he wants to with it. And we see that he's doing it to live a lavish lifestyle. I think in that video, he just did a video from a location that he just purchased with y'all money, right? But anyway, I'm sure you have a lot of daily rewards. That's why he's sucking up to Bobby, this JP Murdoch. And this can lead one to be cautious, not rock the boat. I've definitely noticed this with other Rangers. This isn't me talking, guys. This is an independent, someone that's on the inside, wondering why they're getting paid and he's not. Even you made the comment that buying real estate is not what you would have done, but you're not in charge. So you can't act like anything aligns with your business understanding. It's not all rosy as you want it to be. Like I said, the next 3 weeks will be very interesting to see the direction of TXC. I received this a few days ago, guys. So indeed, the direction will be interesting because the price is going to continue to plummet as long as Bobby doesn't use any of that liquidity to help support it. Okay. Please do help by providing guidance on what my realistic expectations should be. I'll gladly compare my notes, supporting videos, training to see where or what shortcomings I may have. So these are facts, guys. These are valid concerns that each and every investor should have, because once you put your money in, your 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, that money is gone, and now you're sitting around and you paid a fee. You need to have answers. And even you guys that are not invested, before you invest, you need to have answers. And you need to look at the experiences of people that are already in it and that are trying to get a better understanding of why it's not kicking out returns like is being promised. This is not something or a rocket ship that you want to get on board of, okay? Now let's jump over to some other conversations that are going on here, because in the world of Texitcoin, guys, if you invest in it, you are not the bomb. You are not going to get paid. You just going to be serving as exit liquidity. And who you're going to serve as exit liquidity for, I'm about to show you. You're going to serve as exit liquidity for these top earners here, or top holders. Imagine, guys, you invest and you are getting half of one Texit coin per day. These guys here, the top 100, the minimum he's sitting on is 87,000 Texit coin. You go all the way up, and you got people sitting on 2 million Texit coin, almost 2 million, almost a million, over 500,000. Guys, at any given point, any of these guys can tank the price. And that is what's been happening. This particular wallet right here, he's on 1.8. I think he owned more than that. But let's click on this and see what the deal is. Look at all these sales he's made recently. Let's say that started on October the 21st. So since October the 21st, this guy here has been dumping. And that's why you guys see that price tank like that, right? Let me pull that other clip up. Where is it? Did I get rid of that? I have it here. Okay, that's why the price is tanking. All right, you got someone out there dumping his tokens. And keep in mind, guys, look at this. He owns what? At the time he started, he had 2.5 million tokens. Now he started dumping it. He did take some in 2024, but as of 2025, when he started this last campaign here, he had 1.8 million tokens. Guess what, guys? After dumping, he still got 1.8 million tokens. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You put your money into this system, and this one single whale right here has called, with just a small portion of what he's sitting on, has wreaked havoc on the price. And, you know, this is where this discussion right here kind of comes in. So people start wondering, someone dumping on everybody, right? As this conversation comes up, this guy says, well, Bobby would know the person holding the second largest share of Texitcoin. I'm gonna tell you guys, I suspect that to be Bobby himself. Now, it might not be, but if he's not doing anything about it, or if this guy doesn't know Bobby and going behind the scenes or working out some deal on how to prevent it from impacting the price like that, then it's my bet is that it's Bobby, right? But the conversation goes on. This Lonnie guy says probably knows the top 20 or so, since they were all people he probably directly reached out to and brought on himself. So yeah, it is very likely that Bobby either knows that person, they're good, tight friends or family, or is Bobby himself, right? And then someone tries to blame Texit Raider. Now, no, it ain't Texit Raider. I'm gonna say I don't think he's reached the point of having millions of tokens. He didn't get in that early, and someone elaborate on that as well. But nevertheless, they try to blame him because he tells the truth about Texitcoin. So of course, through Bobby, he's kind of like blacklisted Texit Raider, where Texit Raider is the only guy you're going to be able to go to and get the real information about, right? And by the way, guys, if you don't know, Bobby Gray also suspended commissions that are due to Texit Raider. So that's the guy you're dealing with here, guys, all because he's telling the truth. Let's see what it says here. It might not be Texit Raider because he was like miner number 300. So yeah, like I say, it's very unlikely that that's the case. And then someone else comes in. He says, I thought Texit Raider made it ought not to cash out. I don't think it was Texit Raider here. But Texit Raider did dump because some of you guys have kind of gone in on him. So he's like, okay, that's fine. Y'all gonna go in on me? I'll just dump some tokens, right? And he did dump it, but I don't think he's sitting on millions of Texitcoin, right? Someone else comes in and chimes along. He said, if it's Texit Raider, he is not worried about any oath at this point. He is no longer a true supporter. Well, he is a supporter of Texitcoin, bruh. If you watch his channel, you'll understand that he supports Texitcoin, even to the point where he gifts Texitcoin to other people and gifts miners to other people. So how much more supportive do you think he can be? He's just sharing with you guys how he's been treated by both Bobby and by many of you guys that call yourselves quote unquote Texit Rangers. All right. And someone else comes along, talks about the price, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. And then to finalize, Bob Santana comes along, is not Texit Raider. I think he was, that's supposed to be Texit Raider. He still promotes Texit Coin. He was just pissed about not getting owed his commissions, getting his owed commissions. This is what I'm saying, guys. He is owed commissions, and Bobby has refused to pay him that. So where do you think that money is going? That's going back into Bobby's pocket. That's going into his liquidity, his so-called liquidity, but it's due to Texit Raider. Now, if he does that to Texit Raider, don't think he won't do that to you after you've put in your blood, sweat, and tears in promoting this garbage. Okay. All right, let's go back and talk about this price here. Someone comes along and says, hey, it's $3.34 the new floor. The reason this guy asked this is probably because he saw a big buy order sitting on Dex Trade, and I saw that buy order as well. I think it was like $28,000 or whatever the case is. And this is the type of stuff that historically Bobby has promoted. He's like, look, I'm supporting the price. Look at this buy order I put out here. When people get to this price, hey, I'm going to buy it up. Well, bruh, that didn't last long because we see that the price has dropped below that. Now, it dropped below $3.34. Keep in mind, Bobby said he's not going to support it anymore, but with a futile like 28,000. What's 28,000 compared to millions that he's sitting on, right? And Lonnie comes along and says, there's no floor. But that is where buyers are looking to buy. No, that ain't even true, guys. Understand that all of this stuff is 100% manipulation by Bobby. When this price ran up from that $3.79 that he tried to keep, that was complete manipulation in the price of Bobby telling his people to, hey, put more money out there and keep the price pumping, keep the price pumping, keep the price pumping, right? And then as soon as they reached that point, they thought they were happy or whatever case it is. And then during this time, that's when Bobby stopped paying commissions, and words started getting out about how shady he is. Of course, some people started watching my videos, start seeing how shady he is, and the price starts dropping. People start getting wanting to dump their tokens. And of course, one of his favorite people, either him or that other whale, start dumping their tokens as well. Okay, so price tumbling, price tumbling, price tumbling. This is not, guys, market sentiment. This is market manipulation. So when he comes and puts this chart here, and it says there are no floors in markets, but there are support resistance zones. Yes, support and resistance is good when there's actually market participation. There is very little market participation here. There's more market manipulation of Bobby and his crew manipulating the price of Texitcoin, right? And unfortunately, because there are so many people selling and you have a major whale that's dumping on your head, then, hey, that's what's going to happen. And as long as this continues to happen, guys, fewer and fewer people are going to join Texitcoin. So Bobby Gray, you keep letting that price tank and see how many more sales you get in these miners, right? And you guys that are participating in it, I know you are being incentivized to hold your Texit coin, but if you keep holding it, you very well may end up selling your Texit coin at the bottom, to where if the price continues to fall and he stops supporting that price drop, you guys are going to lose out, right? So again, it's a matter of time. And if you're sitting on a nice little stash, consider your stash. I don't let's say you got in even what back in May or something like that, and you got some recruiters. You may be sitting on 1,000 Texit coin or whatever the case is. But what is 1,000 Texit coin compared to what these whales are sitting on? What is that? I mean, look at the amount of Texit coin these guys. This is a failing project, guys. And if you don't see this and you think you want to invest in it and get half a Texit coin a day and think you're going to compete with any of these guys, bruh, you out the box. Look at this. The top 100 holders of Texit coin own over 50% of all the Texit coins in circulation. Guys, wake up. Wake up. Save your money, put it in Bitcoin, put it somewhere else. And yeah, the price of Bitcoin fell, but guess what? The Bitcoin is going to be here in the next decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. Texitcoin is not. This junk is going to plummet below a penny. It's just a matter of time. So are you going to get in and waste your money? Or if you're already in it, are you just going to continue to hold it and wait for the price to go up when in actuality it may be heading downward? Hey, decisions, decisions. But nevertheless, this video is out here to give you guys food for thought, let you know the history of this Bobby Gray guy, what he's doing right now in your face by putting properties in his name, in his wife's name, and accumulating assets that he is not using for liquidity like he promised, for having a platform that has vulnerabilities in it where people can hack into your wallets. Man, there's just tons of things or reasons why you should not invest in this protocol. All right, guys, I think that's all I got for you in this video. If you got any questions, comments, leave them in the description below. And if you got something to kind of conflict with anything that I presented in this video, please watch the video first. And then even put a timestamp by your comment and be like, hey, what you stated here, Mr. Fire, is not correct. So that, we can always compare apples to apples. I'm not against having a legitimate conversation, because all I'm saying is, hey, let the truth come out and reveal everything to investors or potential investors so that they know what the deal is. Otherwise, more people going to come to me for a source of information because you guys are gatekeeping everything in your own social media areas. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video, and we will holler on the next one. Peace out.